I came across this Bucky Fuller quote. We are called to be architects of the future, not victims. Without money, we're victims of the elite, of government, of a job, of a great heist. Architects of the future look for what's essential in the days ahead and pursue assets that deliver on that and are profitable. Fuller called it cosmic accounting.
There's one asset we all share, and that is a healthy, complex organism called Earth. We need to consider that cosmic organism, Earth, as an asset that affects all of us. And so cosmic accounting takes into account the importance of our environment, our climate, the planet we live in.
So when I went to go see Fuller for the first time in person in Kirkwood, California in 1981, the first thing he's talking about is cosmic accounting. Fuller's concern was that we were burning fossil fuels. So cosmic accounting was basically looking at the balance sheet. Here's the Earth savings account, or oil, gas, copper, nuclear. But the liability side is us, and we pay the price with our bodies. The Earth pays the price. There's fires in California, Australia, all over the world. It's deserts forming all over the world. And the oceans are getting warmer.
Society, the industry, has extracted billions and billions of barrels of oil and natural gas and raw products and has emitted billions of tons of pollution, whether it's CO2, methane, nitric oxides. And what cosmic accounting is all about is balancing the two sides of the ledger. Green energy is still, we're just in green energy 2.0 now, right? And it's been 50 years to get to this point. In the next 50 years, we're going to make quantum leaps to where we're going.
When you think of accounting, you think of double entry, bookkeeping, accounting. It's somewhat boring, right? When you factor in cosmic accounting, we're talking about something that affects all of us. We're in this together. It's important for our future, our children's future, that we pay attention to these issues that Buckminster Fuller found so important.
So the income that we have, according to Fuller, is an endless source of income called energy from the sun, energy from wind, energy from tides rising and falling. Cosmic accounting was Fuller's way of saying is that everything that we need is already here.
If Bucky was alive today, his final conclusion is a net zero world. And we will get there. It's how do we get there to prevent the master crisis, which can't happen if we're not paying attention. The reality of the situation is oil, it is a great source of power. It enabled people to do more with less. It was a great part of the rise of the standard of living. The problem with it was the pollution it created. So I'm going to go online and I sign up to Amazon Prime, I give my money and I'm happy, and I need Aspects products. And I don't know where it's coming from, they don't tell me, but they know, they have all the data. And you know what? I'd like to support the local green energy, which is being built, and the factories, but rather than buying some gadget out of China that is having a huge carbon footprint, now you'll see it in 10 years, Amazon will say, here's the price for this, here's your delivery cost, and here's the carbon footprint, the carbon credit tax. The technology is there that every product can now have a carbon footprint and you pay for that footprint. Now, if you just like the product coming out of China and you want to support that, that's fine, but you're going to pay for that footprint. That power, it's me and you that decide that. That's how it's going to be.
I think that we're getting to a point where these solutions, these green energy solutions, these other initiatives are just right on the cusp of being identified and pursued and integrated into the economy.
Now, what happens is there's about 5 leading authorities that actually say, okay, according to these principles, this project can get a carbon credit. You get these certified carbon credits. It could be preventing the deforestation and replanting forests, and every year you get credits for making sure that these trees are creating it. Mangrove projects in the ocean, there's blue carbon credits. There's different types of credits. And what's happened now is a carbon credit can be used to offset someone who's produced carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Today, oil companies are aggressively seeking ways to produce carbon credits. BP just spent 4 days. How do we get into this field? Shell has just come out and said, we have to go and balance our balance sheet for every barrel we extract. Well, they have now, it's going to come an accounting footprint. It's going to become a liability to their balance sheet. And that's the only way that the oil companies will make a positive impact, is if it hits their balance sheet.
I have a friend that works at Shell, and all their future activities are related around green energy. So I think the oil companies are starting to realize that, and it's going to be incremental. This is going to be a gradual transition to policies that will be helpful to the earth. It's not going to happen all at once. Our economy couldn't stand the shock of it happening all at once. The fact that we're discussing it, though, and you're seeing changes in the economy to provide for green energy and healthier lifestyles is important. It won't happen all at once, but we're on the path now to pursue that, and I think that's good.
So carbon credits are going to become one of the biggest industries on the planet over the next 20 years. It's going to be bigger than oil. It's going to be way bigger than Bitcoin. Anyone watching this who likes cryptos, educate yourself on this. It's going to be bigger than any other commodity. The S&P 500 companies have already said, we're committing to this solution. And by the way, Biden's already legislated it. It's coming into effect. Prime Minister of Canada has come in and said, this is law. The government of Alberta, the provincial government, the equivalent of the state government, tried to go to court against the federal government of Canada to fight this carbon credit. They lost in the Supreme Court of Canada. Carbon credits are the law. This is the greatest opportunity for a young guy watching this to become super rich and doing something super incredible for the environment. What Bucky wrote back 40 years ago, he was just way ahead of his time. Nobody understood it. The irony of all this, to balance the equation of cosmic accounting, carbon credits is the ultimate solution.
This I do believe. The greatest asset that a person would have is their mind and their creativity. It's an unlimited resource. And when you look at the way man does things, we tend to work from scarcity and depletion. Are we going to outlive our planet's resources? Are we going to pull the fish out of the sea? Are we going to overpopulate? Or, energy, coal in the ground is depleted. And yet we have innovation and technology, and we have solar and wind and these things that are renewable. But I would say, in my humble little opinion, as a non-expert on the ethereal, that our creativity and our spirit and our drive and our mind is an unlimited resource. And I think in God's accounting, it's probably the greatest asset that exists, our ability to create, innovate, and serve each other.
Yes, it seems there's an elite group of people who have all the money and make the rules. But these rules apply to all of us, and we can leverage them to get wealthy and live more freely. Don't wait for others to solve your problems. They won't. We need to get proactive about it and learn the game, master our financial IQ, and create prosperity for ourselves and those around us. Look, you don't need billions of dollars. When your passive income exceeds your monthly expenses, you're free. There are plenty of good mentors out there. Learn the game and get yourself out of the rat race. From there, like many of the people you met in this film, reach out and help others by teaching them the way. People helping people. People teaching people. That's how we win together. Hey, it's Dr. Pedram Shojai, the host of the Great Heist film. We are doing a free screening of this film. You just saw a clip. You could see the entire film for free. Click right here and you'll get access.